Hello, hello, hello. How are you out there in Facebook land? Welcome to Live with Teen Coach Diva. I'll give everyone a few minutes to come in. I know it's been a long time since I have been on live. So if you saw my post today, you saw that I'm getting back on track. So I wanted to visit with the Diva Tribe and my friends on Facebook to see if you guys are on track for 2017 or if you're still finishing up some business for 2016. So as you come in, please type your where you're located so I know where my audience is located and how I'm reaching you. Hey Naomi, how are you? I didn't catch your live. I was working with a client. I caught part of it and then I had to jump off. But I'm going to watch a replay when I'm done here tonight. And what I'm really talking about is getting back on track. And for those of you that follow me, you know that I have not been on live for a while. I don't know. I just kind of preoccupied with other things. I got a little overwhelmed with planning for 2017. Things get busy. So I wanted to jump on and connect with everyone because I've been hearing that a lot too. And I've been struggling with it a little bit, kind of trying to get back on track. And I have all these ideas and things that I want to get done in the upcoming year. Yes, life does happen, Naomi. And, but if you procrastinate, it just keeps building. And that's kind of what happened. I was very consistent, and I was in the Diva Tribe, going live. I even had the challenge. I know, Naomi, you were part of the challenge. And I was doing great. And then we went on I just had so many things going on. I had events. I had the journal. I had, hey, see Denise, how are you? Dr. Denise is on. Thank you for watching. And I had all these things coming together in October. And I was just going a mile a minute, just going crazy. And like I said, I did the journal. I did the cruise. I was doing a live challenge. It was just all coming together. It was crazy great. And I went on the cruise and everything was fantastic. And I just kind of I don't know, when I got back, we went into Thanksgiving and all these things, and I just started to deflate a little bit and kind of was like, whew, I need to take a break for a little bit. But for those of you that know me, and I'm a super type A personality, planner, leader, procrastination is not in my nature. So it felt really weird not to be doing having the same momentum that I had in October. So if you can relate to that, give me thumbs up and some hearts so I know that I'm speaking to people and that this is helping someone. Yes, thank you guys, thank you. I know, Dr. Denise, you do a lot because I watch you on Facebook too. And I don't know, I don't think you ever have a down day because you keep that smile. Naomi, the same with you, girl. And we just, women, we put on that mask and we just plug along. And sometimes you just need a break. So I took a break, but I'm back. I'm back, you guys. So I wanted to tell you guys about a few things that I have coming up. I'm super excited. I will be in San Antonio, actually Friday evening. I'll be coming in Friday evening, spending the night in San Antonio. And I have an awesome event on Saturday. I've teamed up with Mandy at Pino's Palette. I'm sorry, I was reading this real quick. Procrastinator with it. Girl, if I don't set a deadline, let me tell you a story. Today, I was talking with my biz bestie, and I'll go back to the other stuff about my event in a minute. But Denise, you got me. You got me at deadlines. Basically, how I got myself in gear today is I was talking to my biz bestie, Nicole Martinez. Those of you that know me know Nicole's my biz bestie. We bounce a lot of ideas. We network. We collaborate. We do a lot of things in San Antonio together. And she knew I was procrastinating. She's procrastinating on a few things. And we started talking. And I just told her, I said, you know what? I'm making a graphic. I'm making myself accountable. If I put the graphic up and say I'm going live, I have to do it. I'm going to make myself accountable to myself. So she's like, I have never heard anybody say that before. I've heard having an accountability partner and being accountable to others, but I've never heard anybody say, I'm going to put myself on the spot. But that's just me. That's what I do. And I had to give myself a big kick in the butt to get back on here and start talking to my audience again, because this is where I really need to be. So I hope that helps somebody. Sometimes you just got to put the graphic out there and put yourself on the spot, and it totally works. So here I am. See, it worked. So, really super excited about an event that I have coming up Saturday in San Antonio. Naomi's on board. She'll be there with her business, showcasing her business. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I really, really appreciate it. And basically what we're doing is I took Diva Day out, and we're doing a couple of weekend editions. And this is my second or third weekend edition, and I've teamed up with Mandy at Pino's Palette and Shards, awesome art studio. And we are having, it's called Creativity and Connections. You can paint, shop, and network. And I'll be speaking, Nicole will be speaking, we'll giving you guys some tips on business and networking, and well, I don't want to give it all away, but we'll be speaking to you guys. And then we'll have 10 to 12 showcasing businesses, and in the center of the studio, the guests, when they check in, will be able to purchase a 10 by 10 canvas and paint an awesome picture. So I'm super excited because, you know, we also, when you relax and kind of get creative and you kind of chill out and let these things flow, great conversations come out of that, awesome thoughts. I think art, when you connect your right brain with your left brain, it kind of, it all balances out. And so I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I also have some plans coming up for like a reboot, refocus, relaunch 2017 event for January. And Naomi, you kind of have a heads up on what I'm talking about, because we talked about it at the wine meetup, and I think everyone really loved the idea, and it might have been at the Biz Breakfast as well, about getting focused for 2017, having an event where we can get some stuff down on paper, have accountability partners, and really focus on being successful in 2017. So I want to incorporate a vision board, but not the same old vision board that you do on poster board. It'll be something a little bit special. So you have to stay tuned for that, because I need to finalize some tweaks, some plans for that. Hi Sonia, thanks for coming in. And so yeah, so that's coming up. And like I said, I'll be in San Antonio on Friday. So if you guys want to catch me, if you're in the Shirts area, you want to catch me for dinner, it'll be my daughter and I. So let me know. Inbox me and I can give you some details so we can get together. But that's really kind of what I have going on. I'm also, you guys, pushing myself really, really far. I've been in 2 collaborative book projects and I loved it. Great experiences. I recommend, if you've never written before, to be involved in an anthology or a collaborative book project. Totally love doing that. Met so many awesome women, still connected to them, still networking with them. I've been in 3 actually. I was just in Nicole Martinez's, and I'll be in her second edition of that book as well. Naomi, I think you're on board with that as well. If you're on board with the, I think it's Fearless, oh gosh, I don't remember the title right now. Anyway, in Nicole's book project, volume 2 is coming out, and I'm in volume 1. Like I said, those collaborative projects are awesome, but in speaking with my biz bestie Nicole, she said, girl, it's time to write your own book. It's time to do it. You've had enough experience with anthologies, you have a lot of stories up in there, and you need to share them. So I'm working on a manuscript for my very first book. I'm so excited. A little scared, but really, really excited. And I'm going to thank you, Dr. Denise, thank you so much. It's a big challenge for me because I'm so like, okay guys, I'll give you the heads up. If you don't like to sit and write, which I do like to do some free writing, but when it comes down to the editing and when it comes down to kind of putting everything together, yeah, not so good with that. So what I am going to do, and just a heads up, because you can do this as well, because you can create content this way, you can actually use the content that you talked about in your live. So if you taught a class, if you did a few lives and they were fantastic, you love the content, have them transcribed. And you can have that done on Fiverr. I think it's Fiverr for like pennies to the dollar. So you don't have to sit and write everything. You send them the MP3 file of your video, or send them the video, and they will transcribe the video for you. So if you have some content out there floating around that would make a great book, inbox me. I can tell you how to do that, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. Also, another way that you can gather your thoughts also is to record your thoughts. And I have a freeconferencecall.com account, and what I do is I just call in like I'm having a conference call, but I'm the only one on the call, and I record the call, and I just tell stories or talk about content that I would like to have written in a book. So again, you take that file, you send it to someone that can transcribe for you, they send it back, you're done. No hours in front of the computer trying to get everything perfect. Yeah, so that's how I'm going to take the easy route on writing a book, and I'm going to go back through my videos and look for content that way as well. So just some tips on that if you're looking to... Naomi, have you written before, or have you been published before? Let me know in the comment section. I think you're a first-time author, right? Just checking, just checking. Yes, editing and formatting is... See, Denise, headache. You pay people to do that. So my biz bestie is awesome at doing that, and she is actually going to do that for me. So another thing, when you're in business, it is so fantastic if you are fortunate and blessed enough to have a team or a tribe around you, which I have many, many women that I've worked really, really hard to build relationships with. When you surround yourself with these people, you get blessed, you have support, and things happen that you just, it amazes you how these things work. And yeah, totally, you need to surround yourself with the people that love and support you. Definitely. Naomi, oh, you've never been published. Okay, great. I went through that last year, and a little bit in 2015. So, oh, somebody sent me a message. Sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, yes, when you have that tribe around you, my very first writing project was a collaborative project. The book was called Chocolate and Diamonds for the Woman's Soul, and there was 100 women in that book from all over the world. I would show you the book, but I don't have it right here. It's in one of my bags, one of my event bags. But that project was awesome. It really opened my eyes to how many women have stories that they need to share. That was only one book with 100 women in it, so it just amazed me, the size of that project and how it all came together. And like I said, I still cultivate relationships with these women. And I know women in England, Germany, India. They were from all over the world. It was just amazing. And my second collaborative project was with Danielle Winningham. So for some of you, you might know her as Wealth Speaker on Periscope, Instagram. But she did a project last year. She's an amazing business coach. She helps a lot of women. And I did a collaborative book project with her. And that was amazing. There was like 30 women in that book. And then, like I said, I did Nicole's book as well. So 3, going to be 4 books collaboratively under my belt. But the manuscript for my own, I'm excited to do it. Like I said, I'm announcing that I'm doing it. So there's no way out of it now. No way out of it. Oh, yes, I did do that project. Sure did. And I'm looking forward to, with my book, getting my story out there, telling people about where I came from, how I got here, why I do what I do. And I think when people know your story, you can exit stage. Yeah, there's no exiting stage left. I announced it. I have to do it now. So, and Nicole has definitely said it needs to be out by January. So she didn't give me much time to finish it, and I let her know that I had some time available this week, and yeah, so she's pushing me really, really hard. And I know tons of people and I'm sure there's a few of you in here watching. If you have content, if you have tips and advice for people, you need to put that in an ebook. And I'm telling you things that I need to do as well, so I'm not telling you anything I wouldn't do myself, okay? You need to put it in an ebook. And the way you can do, there's several ways you can do that, but inbox me, I can give you some tips and pointers on that, but it's really easy. It's as easy as, okay, I'll give you one of the tips. You can use Canva, or even PicMonkey, but I like Canva, and I'm sure there's some other apps out there you can use. What I like about Canva is it has an ebook format, so you can actually do it all consecutive pages and they'll all look the same. So anyway, there's a pointer for an ebook. You can get it done in an evening, download the file and have it up on your website for sale like in a matter of minutes, literally in a matter of minutes. I don't know what to write. Girl, Naomi, you know a lot about interior design and oh my goodness, you could make, yeah, we'll talk. Definitely, we'll talk. So, but I struggle with that too. I'm like, oh, well, I don't know what to say. The best way to find out what you need to write about is to ask people. I know I started listening to people around me always say that I'm a good storyteller. Oh, I love your stories. And FYI, I've been a hairdresser. I've owned my own salon since 1997. So not only am I a good storyteller, I'm a good listener. Now, I have often thought of a fictional book that I could write about stories from behind the chair. But, I don't know, I feel kind of funny about that. But, yeah, as a hairdresser, you hear many, 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 many stories. But confidentiality, really, that's why people come back to you, because they feel relaxed and you make them feel good and look pretty. So, yeah, I would never, ever write a story about any of my customers. But, yeah, I could probably write a really great book based on some of the stories I've heard through the years and just some of the things that I've experienced through the years, crazy things. But I'm definitely going to put some of my own stories, my own experiences in my book so that people understand. That's my dog, by the way. She wants in. Hold on one second. Be right back. Don't go away. Don't go away. Come on, Judy. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. Come on, Missy. Come on. Here, I'll show her to you because she wants to be on live too. Well, don't you, Tootie? Okay, there's Tootie. Now you know. We have dogs. Okay, so she just wants to be close. Anyway, yeah, if you don't know what to write, ask people around you, what they find fascinating about you. What is a favorite story that you have? You like my dog. We're dog lovers. Another little tidbit. I'm a foster failure. Like, my whole family is a foster failure. And we actually we were fostering over 4 years ago, sight unseen and it was from San Antonio. I think it was called Brooks Babies or something like that. And it was a site that they had, and it was the Brooks Air Force Base, the old Air Force Base. They used to keep overflow animal control dogs there. Anyway, it was like the saddest sight. And basically this group was trying to rehome these animals. And I stumbled upon that site. And yeah, anyway, long story short, I ended up with 2 fosters, and both of which we adopted within weeks. So foster failure and 2 more dogs. So there you go. And for those of you that know me very well, or have met me in person, you know that I live in the country, so I have plenty of room for them to be at home. But if you're as busy traveling and doing things like my family, you have to have more than, my husband is a great supporter. My daughter lives at home, and she takes care, so it takes 3 people to take care of our household, believe me, because we have our pets, and we love our pets. So for the next, 14, 15 years, that's it. Nobody can leave home. Anyway, so that's a little tidbit about me as well. Animal lovers, yeah. So back to your book. Ask your friends, ask your family, sit down and do some free writing, just kind of sit down and write some things, some thoughts. I literally wrote, because I did procrastinate a bit, on the book project, the first book project I did. I was like, oh, it's only 1,500 words. I can just, sit down and write that. Yeah, and then the perfectionist in me came out, and I'd start writing, and then I'd stop, and then I'd start, and then I'd stop, and then I'd start, and then I'd stop. And finally, I think it was Lisa James that told me, I went to an event that she was, her book, she had been in a collaborative project, and it was a social media book. I can't remember. It talked about how women connect through social media. It was actually a really good book. And all these women were connected through Facebook. And Lisa James had an event in Austin with Kelly Fitzgerald. She came in from Arizona, actually, to go to this event. And it was actually like a ministry event. Basically what they did was they had an indie author kind of showcase. And then each author got up and talked about their books and talked about their experiences and talked about how they get their thoughts out. It was an awesome event, and it was a ministry for collecting books and buying books, and for people that were in prison, and to empower people and to change their, to change them and empower them. And I thought it was an awesome event. It was at I can't remember the name of the event center, but it was more on like the southern side of Austin. And it was amazing. I met fantastic people there. I met Trina. Gosh, I'll have to get her book for you guys. Trina was in prison herself, had drug and I'm not sure the whole story issues. She was in prison, I believe, for 9 years. And I met this woman at the event. She changed her life around. Her kids had been taken away through the system, obviously, because she was incarcerated. And she wrote a book about this whole thing. Now, this same person that was in prison for 9 years now has a play about her life. She's amazing, amazing. And I'll show you her book maybe in my next live. I'll show you her book. But I met her there. I met Kellen Diggs, and I know I've shared Kellen's links on my page before. Kellen wrote a book called Finish Line. Get to the Finish Line, or I think it's Finish Line. Anyway, it's a small book. He was amazing. Funny story. We had the table next to him, or I was at the table next to him with Lisa, and she was signing books and stuff. And he was so quiet and just kind of reserved and didn't really say much, just had his books out, and he was super quiet, super polite, but super quiet. And then when they called his name to get up, because he was one of the authors, to get up and speak, he like blew everybody away. He blew me away. He was talking about being serious about your getting your story out there, being a digital nomad, taking your business, like if you want to travel, then you need to start a travel blog, and you need to start, now this was before live, because this was a few years ago. So he was literally YouTube videos, podcasting. He talked about all these mediums that I didn't even know existed. I had no idea. I mean, I like got a super quick education on marketing, different ways to get your story out there, and his book was amazing. It was a $15 investment, the best $15 investment I ever made. And he's fantastic. I still keep in touch with him. We message here and there. He is actually, and that was 2 years ago, he said that he was going to take his books and do podcasts and do videos and stuff from different countries. And since then, he has been in Mexico. He's lived in Mexico and did some YouTube videos from there talking about lifestyle of digital nomads and just emphasizing different cultures. And then he was in Spain. He was in Spain for quite a long time. And I think he's in England. I haven't checked in the past couple of weeks online, but I think he's in England right now. It's Kellen Diggs. It's Kallen Diggs, Diggs. And I'll post a link if anyone would like to follow him. But yeah, you meet so many people. So the indie book events are awesome. If you've never written before, you can get in there around the independent authors and ask them questions. They use different, there's a debate over whether self-publishing is okay, accepted, or if you should go with a publishing company. Anthologies were with publishing companies. One of the companies actually was more like a management, and they use CreateSpace. You can totally use CreateSpace. You can use Lulu if you want to self-publish. There's tons of ways to self-publish. I think what it comes down to is, where do you want your book to show up, and how do you want to sell your book? So if you're really good at marketing, and you're really good at doing videos, you're really good at promoting, you're really good at hitting the road and doing book signings, I think self-publishing is fine. If you want to be on the New York bestseller list, you better get with a publisher, because, it's kind of like back in the day in the music industry. You had to be associated with a big distributor to get your music on the quote shelf back then. Now, with the internet, as long as you have great content and people want it, I think self-publishing is the way to go. That's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. But the biggest step, though, is getting your story out, getting it written, and getting it published. Then it's up to you how you get it out there and get it in people's hands. So let me go back here. Okay, let me take a breath and answer some of these questions. Let me see. I know exactly what I would like to write about, but how do you go about getting it published? Okay, Tasha, I can get you in touch with a few people. If you want someone to help you with self-publishing, Nicole Martinez, my biz bestie, can help you with that. I am not the person to help you with that. You can use Lulu. I just mentioned that. You can look up self-publishing in YouTube and you'll get some videos, but honestly, I would really direct you to someone that's already, there's also another publisher. She's super great, Catherine White, and I'll post her link too. She has, I think it's Sunny Smiles Publishing. She's out of the Houston area. I would totally recommend her if you're in the Houston area. Catherine is a wonderful person. So, and I know her personally. I've spent time with her. I would trust her with my story. Also, Teresa Howard. She is in the Fort Worth area. I would totally trust her with my story as well, with publishing. And then Kelly Fitzgerald is in Arizona, and I think she has a bigger publishing company. Lisa James could give you some more information on that. But there's I have tons of publishers. Tashina also, she published for, and I think she published for Lila Holly. I think she was the publisher on, I'm in Lake Dallas. Okay. Inbox me and I can give you some information, and I'd be glad to do that for you. Or you can even, Tasha, are you in the Diva Tribe? Are you in my Diva Tribe group? Because you can definitely post in there. And some of the people that I just mentioned are in that group. So if you mention in the group the question that you have there, just post it in the Diva Tribe. I'm sure that they will pop up and I can actually tag some of those people to give you an answer. I hope that's helpful. So, yeah. And you guys, if you have not joined the Diva Tribe and you're just watching me for the first time, number one, thank you for tuning in. If you're catching me, this is the back end of the broadcast. Please share and go back and watch the replay. We appreciate that. And can you send me? Yeah, sure. I sure can. The link to the Diva Tribe, it's on Facebook, and it's DIVA acronym Tribe. And I'll also put the link here as well. I would love to have you in our tribe. Let me see, what else? So that's pretty much it. I thought I was going to do a short live tonight, but thank you, Naomi. I appreciate that. But I guess I had a lot to say tonight, and like I said, I'm getting back in the swing of things. If you guys have topics that you want me to discuss or things you need to know about that I can help you with, please post your questions or inbox me with a topic. I'm going to try to go live every single day, but I'm working on a schedule for this month and going into 2017. Being more consistent and actually scheduling my lives. So you're welcome, Tasha. You're very welcome. There you go. I love my tribe. Everyone's so polite and sweet and supports each other. So if you're not in the Diva Tribe, jump on over to the Diva Tribe group, and I will make sure that you get approved for the group. And what else? I think that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to go drink a cup of hot tea and get something to eat. It's been a long day. I had some customers today, and then my day ran kind of late, so I did not want to fall short on going live, though. So I'm going to go do that. And Naomi, I'm going to bring you some banana bread. It has no nuts in it, but on Saturday, I'm going to bring some banana bread for you guys because I made it, and it tastes good. I'm impressed. Like, because those of you that know me know I don't cook, I don't bake, that's not my thing. And only because it never tastes good. But I don't know, I was blessed this time. It actually tastes great, and I have one in the freezer, so I'm going to bring it with me on Saturday. So you can be my judge and let me know. Let me know if it passes the Betty Crocker test. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, guys. I hope that I gave you information that was helpful. And have a wonderful, blessed evening. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.